Hey, YouTube Brando here. So I was going around my desk the other day at work. I have a little office area and have a little desk. And I keep a little survival kit slash, more or less just kind of like a little EDC kit on my desk. And I keep it in a older Gillette razor, like the electric razors they sell. Gillette razor case. But that thing's probably about that thick. It's as long as the one I have in my hand, but it's really thick. It wouldn't fit in your pocket if you had to. And the whole reason behind the case is if something ever happens to my truck, I'll still have my firearms on me. I'll have my knife, I'll have my wallet, my phone, all that kind of stuff. But my EDC bag with my little survival kit actually stays inside of my truck. So if my truck gets stolen, I want to have something for a backup there at work with me. So this is what I came up with. You can see it's not too thick. That the Gillette case, and I believe I've showed it in a previous video, was about this thick. So it was about twice the thickness and just wouldn't fit in your pocket very easily. This should fit down in one of my main pockets really easily. And what this is actually an e-cig case. My wife used to vape, and this was one of her cases. She has like 2 or 3 of them, so I just went ahead and took one and made a little kit out of it. I'm going to share with you what I have in here. First off, we have a little rain poncho. It is just a little cheaper one, a thin one. I guess you could use it as cover, you know, if you had to. But mostly just if I had to walk home or something in the rain, I wouldn't have to get wet. I could throw this on, and it's one size fits all. So I've tried them on. I'm a bigger guy. They do fit. A little tight around the hip area, but not a bad little poncho. These Highland Outfitter ponchos, and I think I paid like 50 cents a piece for these. They were really cheap. So let's just get into the kit real quick. I do have some matches in here. These are strike anywhere matches, so I don't have actually need a striker, and it is, I believe, 10 matches in there, something like that, maybe 12, 10 to 12 matches. Quite a few in this little tube, and the tube will keep them dry, so if it did get wet, the matches don't get ruined. This is a pencil. I always take these little golf pencils and add duct tape around them. Just a way to keep your duct tape in line, and you have a little writing, you know, something to write with if you need to, make a note or whatever. Leave a note behind for somebody. This is just a little strip of fat wood to use with the matches. Let's see. I do have a knife in here. This used to be my little backup EDC blade. I currently only carry one blade, so I don't carry it anymore, but it's an older Uncle Henry knife. Cool little blade. It's got 2 different blades on it, so if one goes dull, I have a backup there. I like them little Uncle Henry knives, the older ones. It's all gonna fall. I keep a piece of a hacksaw blade in here, and you can see it does get used. It's made for steel, however, it'll cut wood really easily. You can see there's wood bits on it where I cut my fat wood with it. It just gets gunked up is the only problem when you go to start cutting wood. You can see there's a lot of buildup of fat wood right here. You just take your finger and peel it off, it comes off, but it'll get gunked up if you're cutting wood, but it works. I just wanted a little saw in here. Bic lighter. I keep it wrapped with bread ties to keep it from pressing down. So, you know, if it does accidentally get pressed, it's not going to run all the fluid out. I keep Chapstick. I carry Chapstick with me everywhere. My wife's addicted to this stuff, and she's kind of gotten me kind of addicted to it. Especially in the wintertime, it comes in handy. I keep a small thing of floss in here, some Colgate floss. You know, teeth care or whatever. You could use it as cordage if you needed to. Although I do have a little bit of cordage in here as well, so let's see. Just a little minor first aid kit. This right here is enough water purification tablets that I could do. I believe it's 3 quarts of water worth of pills in here. And maybe 2 quarts. I think it's 2 per quart of water, and there's 4, so yeah, 2 quarts of water. I just have some different band-aids and a couple of alcohol pads in here. I'm a mechanic, so when I get a cut, I hurry up and clean it and bandage it up for a reason. That's kind of why I carry these waterproof ones, because I don't want to get oil and grease and everything else down in the cut and get it infected. I've had it happen before. It's not a pretty sight. There's just a little, I believe it's Sheffield multi-tool. Not the best multi-tool, but just something I could throw in here to use as a backup in case I lose my Leatherman or something like that. I have a backup multi-tool. Let's see. This is another, I believe it's 8 gig memory card, and it has my SHTF library that I've showed in previous videos. All those books are on here. And then also I keep our personal information for me, my wife, my kids. All of our personal information, like my kids' shot records, socials, stuff like that. So I try to keep a close eye on this because of that. There's a lot of information in here that I wouldn't want to fall into the wrong hands. This is a piece of tinfoil. It's a pretty good little piece of tinfoil as well. I guess you could make a cup out of it to boil water, but it's more of a platform for you know, building a fire or something like that. Give you a dry surface to work on. Let's see. I have these makeup pads in here, and they are dry. They don't have wax on them. These are the ones I make wax out of, but they would take a spark really well. You know, they're 100% cotton, so imagine a cotton ball. If you fluff them out, they work really well. I throw these in all my kits. I've never actually used one, so I don't know why. You can see right here I have another one that's ready to go into another kit. I have a whole box of these things, all different sizes, but when it's my pocket kits, I usually throw a small one in there. I don't know that I'll ever use it, but it doesn't take up much room, and it actually adds very little weight to a kit, so I throw them in all my little kits. This is just a little cheap multi-tool I got off, I believe it was eBay, for like, I think it was like $1 or $2. It was real cheap. Like $1 or $2, 99 cents, something like that. It is a whistle and a compass, and then it's kind of hard to get out, but oh hell, thank God I don't actually have to use it, right? Anyways, there's a small magnifying glass in here as well. Now it's kind of pissing me off. There's a little nail nick in there, but you can't get it. Anyways, there's a magnifying glass. This little piece right here, you push in right here. And then grab it from the other side. Now I'm just wasting time on the video, but oh well, screw it. There's a little magnifying glass in there and a thermometer as well. Don't really think I'd use the thermometer, but the other ones could come in handy if you're trying to signal somebody with it or trying to figure out which way you're going. This is the cordage I carry. It's just a little bit of what is it? Greased bank line. I like using it a little bit more than paracord because I can compact it a little bit more, carry a little bit more of it. Although I know you can process paracord down and make more cordage out of it, out of the inner strands and all that good stuff, but I just happen to have a whole roll of greased bank line I just picked up, so that's kind of what I've been throwing in my kits lately. A little carabiner in case I want to clip this to my belt or something. I can clip it through the eyes there. This is a surgical glove, a rubber glove. These are kind of really thick. These aren't the thin ones, and they're powderless. And the reason I use powderless is because I could use this for a water container if I had to throw one of those tabs down in and let it dissolve in the water. So I could use this as a a makeshift container. And then just some paper. You know what paper's for. To go with the pencil, I guess. But it's a cool little case. I just wanted to do something with it that I could just throw on my desk that isn't necessarily I'm not going to say it's covert, but it's not something that's going to stand out like a small survival kit that has BG on it or something like that, or a bright orange case, or my clear survival kits that I make, or something like that. I just wanted something that don't really stand out, and I think this e-cig case worked out perfect. It fits everything just perfect, and it keeps everything organized in the little different binders and pockets or whatever, and the little straps here. It keeps everything held in place. Nothing really rattles around. So I like it. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. That's going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching, YouTube.